Hi everybody, this is Kevin, and welcome back to another manga review. And once again, we're going to be taking a look at Eden Zero from Hiro Mashima with Volume 7. And I can't praise this series enough. It seems like every time I read a new volume, it just gets better and better. I mean, the story's great. I love every single one of the characters. Like, honestly, there's not a character I dislike at this point. A lot of great action scenes, and of course, it's got the Mashima babes and the fan service, which is one of Mashima's trademarks. He did that a lot in Fairy Tail as well, and I know I'm going to get some heat in the comments for using that phrase. Everyone likes to make fun of me for saying fan service, but it's true. I mean, just look at Rebecca on the cover there. But now we sort of have a goal for our heroes, and that's to find the four shining stars, and that's what they've been doing over the course of, since about Volume 4. And of course, Shiki was given the Eden Zero spaceship from LC Crimson, which had Witch on it, and then they went to the planet Gilst and recruited Sister, and then most recently found Hermit on the planet Digitalis, and, that's 3 of the 4 members, so they're just looking for Valkyrie, but nobody knew where Valkyrie was, so in the last volume, they actually visited Zyamel, the Time Oracle, who's also been the story's narrator, sort of breaking the fourth wall every now and again, talking to the reader, and she basically, like her name implies, she can tell the past, the present, the future, everything. So they went to her planet and said, hey, can you tell us where Valkyrie is? We don't even know where she is. And she's like, oh, I'll tell you, but you got to compete in this tournament first. And of course, it wouldn't be like a manga or anime or anything about the tournament arc. So everyone competed there. Shiki went first and mopped the floor of his opponent. And then you had Rebecca and the Happy Blasters defeat the next opponent. And then Wise teamed up with Pino. And then the final battle was between Humara and a replica of Valkyrie, which was a pretty powerful battle there, and you got some great backstory of Humara. And I had said in that volume that, I think she has the potential to be the most interesting character. She definitely at this point has the most interesting backstory. And then she's just an all-around badass. I mean, she's got the kimono, she's got the ether blade, she's like a samurai, complete badass. And after reading this volume, she's my favorite character. Best story, best, just all-around character in my opinion. So after competing the tournament arc, Zyamel said you got to go to the planet Sun Jewel, and that's where you'll find Valkyrie. So it ended off with Shiki, Rebecca, Humara, and Happy and Pino landed on Sun Jewel, which is a casino planet, and there was a bunch of thugs causing a ruckus, and they got vaporized into thin air. So that's where it ended. It was a cliffhanger again. So here we go, Volume 7. I know you can keep pressing on. And like I said, it ended with these judges coming down, and they zapped all the villains away who were causing a ruckus. They were trying to rob all the people at the casino. And they accuse Shiki and Humara of being sub-criminals, because what happened is the two of them were fighting the criminals, basically saying, hey, don't rob these people. So because they were fighting back or whatever, that's considered a crime on this planet. So they get this light that shines down on them and beam them away. And you see the surprised looks with Happy, Pino, and Rebecca, like, no, where'd they go? So they're stuck here alone, and probably the 2 most powerful characters are gone, sent to the netherworld of this planet of Sun Jewel. So what happens is they're sentenced to, they said it was 100,000, medals or something like that? They had like some phrase that they said, you're sentenced to 100,000 medals, and you will serve Madame Karine. And they have these things around their neck that say 100,000. Basically, they have to mine 100,000 medals, and their time will be served. And these bugs show up with rocks on the back of them. And Shiki's like, oh no, bugs! And he passes out. And she's like, Shiki, what's the matter? You gotta hold of yourself. Blast it. So she gets her ether blades and starts blasting them up and slicing them up and cuts the rocks off them. And then all of a sudden, this dude shows up. Charge! 1 + 2 makes 1,000,000 power. 1 + 2 makes 1,000,000 power. And this ragtag group of guys show up and start blasting the bugs, and they harvest a bunch of metal for themselves. And basically they say, yeah, we all committed crimes back in the day, and we're here to, serve Madame Karine until our time is up. So the 2 of them are like, no, we got to get the hell out of here. We're looking for Valkyrie. And then all of a sudden this dude shows up, and, because there's a ruckus going on, he starts whipping one of the guys that was involved with the whole crew down there, and he reveals his name. He says he is Benzaten Garat, the Scourge of Heaven. Who the hell are you? And, Shiki sees the guy whipping the defenseless man. He says, that's enough. And then he says, stop, you can't defy Madame Karine's crew. So he's part of Madame Karine's crew. She's sort of like the ruler of this planet here, of the casino world. And, she rules with an iron fist and sends all the peasants down here to do her dirty work. So the two of them try to take a stand, Shiki and Homura, and this guy, Garat, is not taking it, so he whips him. And because they're down in the underworld here, his whip has like special powers, so it's able to paralyze them. So they get to their knees, and they're unable to do anything. So, and then he starts beating the crap out of Homura, and Shiki steps in, and he says, "Move, men don't interest me. What's with that look? You know what happens when you defy me?" And so what happens is he ties Homura up and takes her away, and just leaves everyone else, and Shiki's all pissed off. He's like, "No, I gotta save her. Damn right you better save her." So it cuts over here to Madame Karina here in her tower, and she's looking for like a new associate. And this dude shows up. There's her other like servant, I guess, this alien dude. And the alien guy says this guy's Cedric. So Cedric comes over here, and Madame Karina says, "Oh, strip in front of me." And I don't know, she's just sizing him up. And it looks like she has like a robotic hand there, at least her normal hand, and then there's like a metal thing over it. So she puts her hand on his face, and you're not going to believe this. Look at this shit. Look at her face. "I will gladly burn your face and turn it deep red." Yeah, what the hell is going on? So she burns this dude's face and just sends him away. And then the alien guy's like, "Oh, madam, he was a fine subject. Why would you do that?" "Oh, I'm the ruler here." So she asks the alien guy, "What's going on with the Eden Zero? Have you ever heard of it?" And, he doesn't have any clue. And she says it's got the ether drive in it. And she's working with Draken Joe, who you saw at the end of the last volume. So it also cuts over here because Wise stayed with the ship with the other people. He stayed with Hermit, all them. And they're not able to communicate with them because their signal's being jammed. So Rebecca's sitting there like, "Oh, what do we do?" And then all of a sudden Lobelia shows up. And of course, you might remember her. She's sort of the rival of Rebecca from Blue Garden. And, she asks Lobelia, "How do we get to the slum area, the labor district?" And Lobelia says, "Well, I'll tell you, but you need to do a favor for me." "A favor?" And look at Happy. "I have a bad feeling about this." And a lot of these covers here do a little flashbacks. Like, look how cute Homura is. There's a little baby with Valkyrie. So apparently Valkyrie raised Homura back in the day. So what happens, the favor that they want, and the reason why she's asking this is because she was saved by Shiki when Jin was attacking her. Now, we don't know what happened to Jin. I know he got away, but I think we're going to see him again in the future. He'll be like a returning antagonist, I have a feeling. So what happens is she wants Rebecca to cosplay and sing like an anime OP. And she puts on the cosplay outfit, and she starts singing the song. And then this dude shows up and starts singing the song and dancing a little bit. And he says, I'm Nino, and I will save the universe." Just look at this dude's hairdo. He's like the otaku, right? And Pino and Happy are looking at him. And because Pino's like, who is this dude? And Happy says, "Oh, he's the beekeeper who covers anime otaku news." So yeah, he's like a YouTuber or a streamer or whatever. And they all know each other now, because if you remember Rebecca, when she was on Planet Gilst going against Illiga, who turned all those ladies to stone, she saved them all, and they were all beekeepers, and then she got 1 million subscribers. But, she's still Rebecca, right? So she starts doing the anime dance. But what happens is it was all set up by Lobelia, and she dumps this nasty hot soup on her head, and it's like, ha, 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 and everyone starts laughing at her. And really, it's terrible. Like, look at their faces there. The whole crowd's laughing, but Nino's pissed. He's like, "Why would you do that?" And yeah, it was all set up, Lobelia to I don't even know what her problem is. To get revenge? Like, what a bitch, right? So then Pino takes a stand. "It's not funny. Stop laughing at my friend." And she, of course, puts down Pino, saying, "Oh, you're just a robot. You can't cry." So everyone's like, "Oh, what the hell do we do now?" Because Lobelia left. Bye-bye. But turns out she's given a note here. Madame Karina is listening to every conversation that takes place. Don't say a single word. And holy crap, it's Base Nino. He's going to help her. How awesome is that? So Nino's going to help Rebecca get to the labor district. And of course, now you got Garou here with Homura, got her all tied up. And she's trying to use her ether gear, but she can't use it because, I don't know, he's got like this magical rope. So her powers don't work. So he's just got her all tied up, torturing her. But then Shiki shows up. "If you hurt my friends, I'll show you the kind of demon king I can be." So Shiki to the rescue, and he's going to battle him. And of course, he's not tied up by the magical rope, so he's free to use his Magimek attack, gravity fist, and punch him right in the face there. Bam! Look at that. Awesome. So Shiki saves the day, and then he's like, oh, come on, Homura, you're a badass. How come you couldn't just use the ether blade and kick his ass? And she's like, well, the magical rope. Try it on yourself. And she ties him up, and he can't use his powers. That's kind of funny. The MacGuffin of the magical rope. So Nino goes this far, and he's like, this is as far as I'll go. But he says he works for Madame Karine, but, you know, she's just too much of a cutie and a good cosplayer that he had to help her. So, you know, he saves the day. He's just fantasizing about her doing that dance or whatever. So, that's that. Then he says, oh, next time you cosplay, will you cosplay as Angelomon? He says, Adam, will save the universe. So, our boy Nino, we'll see him again later in this volume too. So anyway, then it cuts over to this dude. She's in the labor district now after Nino's help. And we saw this dude at the end of volume 6. And he had sort of been expecting everybody because he was an associate of Valkyrie. And everyone has like their own powers. And, you know, ether powers or whatever. Like Rebecca uses the happy blasters. Of course, Homura has the ether blade. Shiki has the gravity fist. And this dude has the power to steal. He steals the B-cube. And then he steals her panties. Of course. So, you know, basically he's saying, all right, I'll take you to Valkyrie. Let's go. We'll find your friends. And then Shiki and Homura are on their way to escape. And they actually get beamed away. There's all these special MacGuffins and powers down in the underworld here. So they get beamed to the Black Rock's lair, which is exactly what happens. And then this dude shows up, who I don't remember his name. Is that it right there? Fuzatin Baku, Axe of Heaven. Yeah, that's his name. Fuzatin Baku, Axe of Heaven. And he's like another associate of Madame Karine. And he's like, oh, you fucked up again. How could you? So here they are in the Black Rock's lair. Just look at this dude. It's got all these minerals. And before he sent him off, he said no one's ever defeated this beast before. So he's basically sending them to their doom. And they all get ready to attack. And this dude, he tries to punch, you know, this beast here. His hand's bleeding. It didn't work out too well for him. And then actually, it breaks her ether blade. So they're screwed. The two of them against that beast, they can't, no matter what they do, they can't win. But then all of a sudden, you see the Happy Blaster, and it's Rebecca to the rescue. Sorry to keep you waiting. So cool. Rebecca. So they're here basically fighting this beast here. And the dude with him, I forget his name, but he mentions that there's a weak spot on the back, and they got to go do that. And, you know, great scenes here of the two of them teaming up. So Homura says, all right, Rebecca, get on the blade here, and I'll launch you in the air. Super cool. And then Shiki turns around. This is going to be great when they finally animate it. And he uses, you know, his gravity attack to push her up even higher. Like I said, the fan service. And she fires the blast right at the weak spot in the back and destroys the beast. Like I said, great action scenes. I've seen a few clips of the anime, but I kind of want to wait for the anime to be complete and sort of binge watch it. So after defeating this beast, the Black Rock, their numbers are set to 0 because they had mined enough minerals. But what happens is then it goes reset, shaking, and then it goes back to 100,000. And this dude over here says, she was never going to let you free. Prisoners in the labor district spend their whole lives here, lining Madame Karine's pockets. Steal! The MacGuffin again. He steals the necklaces right off. So that's that right there. Then it cuts over to Karine, and she's like, what the hell is going on down here? We're going to burn the labor district now because you guys can't keep it under control. And you see Nino's actually with the other two guys up there. Although he did help Rebecca. So then you get this cute little chapter here of Homura as a little girl being taught by Valkyrie. She was basically, her story, she was abandoned by her mother. And she has this little doll as a keepsake saying it reminds her of home and of her mother. And this is her a few years later, basically getting, you know, heckled and sort of, you know, creeped on by these dudes. making fun of Valkyrie, saying she's a robot, but she's got some nice, titties. And Homura's pissed off, like, how dare you? So she's in front of the court now, saying, I'm not going to apologize because you insulted my mentor. You should apologize. They were being rude to Valkyrie there. So what happens is Homura is speaking to Valkyrie, and Valkyrie says, well, you have to apologize. That's like the code. No, they should apologize. I hate this. So here we go. Then it goes over to Zayamal, and what happens is Valkyrie decides to leave and look for Homura's mother. So she seeks Zayamal, saying, sort of what they did before. Where the hell is Homura's mother? And it turns out the location of Homura's mother is Karine Kogetsu. Dun, dun, dun. So look at that. Look at that twist right there. So this evil woman is Homura's mother. You never would have guessed it because she's like so sweet and innocent and proper. And she's coming off as a bitch so far. My goodness. So the story of Karine here is a little tragic as well because she was serving in the labor district and, she was set free, but, had bad intentions. So what happens here is Valkyrie has a final stand here against all these beasts and uses this power, the Odin Strike, to destroy all the monsters coming to get them, but gets her arm bit off there. Chomp! And she stood her ground and defeated all those monsters on that day and actually died. So, and then Homura comes face to face with Valkyrie, just sort of frozen in time there. No, it's cannot be true. She was protecting us. That's how she died. Look at everyone's face. So tragic. So, of course, Homura, all she can do now is cry, which she does. Teacher, this can't be. No. So sad. I was really getting teared up reading the end here. Devastating. So now all these guys here in the labor district want to take one last stand and fight in honor of Valkyrie with Homura. And of course, she hasn't left yet. She's still standing by her mentor's side, essentially her surrogate mother. And she says, I don't know if I can ever recover for this. And Shiki says, that's okay for now. No, I doubt I will never. It hit me real hard when my grandpa died too, but I had Michael and the other townspeople. I had my friends, so I managed to keep pressing on. You have friends too, Homura. So I know you can keep pressing on too. But he leaves her for now. And of course, Karine, she wants to set an example here and basically destroy all the people in the labor district. But the only one speaking sense here is Nina, saying, don't kill those people. And Shiki makes his dramatic entrance. Which one of you is Madame Karine? Going all the way to the top 4 there. I'm taking you to see Homura. That's what Valkyrie wanted. After I beat the crap out of you. My, how frightening. So holy crap, a lot of great reveals here. Absolutely terrific. There's a Muscoy. We didn't really see him in this. And some B-Cube talk and the fan art here. And this is some extra art from his staff members. So one of my actually a few of my commenters had told me that the reason why the manga artists are able to put the work out so quickly, this one's a weekly manga series, is because there's a bunch of assistants. Like obviously Mashima is the brains behind the operation and coming up with the story, but he's got other people doing the work. And the one Hideki Oku, my goodness, that's a great drawing of Homura right there. And yeah, he actually mentions here that Nino is modeled after a YouTuber he met in Germany. I'd love to know who that YouTuber is. And that's funny if he watches like YouTubers and stuff. But terrific, man. Great artwork. Look at that. The dramatic entrance with Rebecca coming in to save the day, too. That was great. Where is it? I just saw it before flipping through. Sorry to keep you waiting. But yeah, it's so dramatic at the end there with finding out that Valkyrie had died protecting all those people. And like I said, at this point, Homura has the most interesting backstory. And I can't wait to see how it develops. And just great manga right here. Can't recommend it enough. And I can't wait to read Volume 8. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below if you've been reading and what you thought. And stay tuned for my next review coming very soon. Have a great day, everybody.